Another cheap Amazon filter. Let's have a look at it. Don't worry, being in this hobby, that we are getting flooded by a lot of rubbish that come from other countries, or it's just a way of making money on, you know, I need a filter, there you go. You know, you make these for £4, sell them for 18 and stuff like that. People buy them because they panic, and you know, so when I see something that is just this company here it's called No.17. I've got the 800 litres an hour. And this is 8 watt apparently, so 8 watt, that's all right, that's good for an aquarium. But is it any good? I mean, this is basically going to be another powered sponge filter. So let's have a look inside and see actually what you get, because there has to be a niche to this. There has to be something special going on. Got the usual bits. This has got a UK plug. Okay, and a bit of instructions. Now, to start with, 800 litres an hour, that is way too, in my opinion, way too big. Sorry, this is way too much for such a small filter. And you do have lots of sections to it, which is good, but it is just a powered sponge filter. So what's going to happen is you're going to start that, the water's going to come in, it's going to go through these sponges and get sucked up in through the middle, and that's it. That's exactly what happens. I do believe that the quality of this is okay, but nothing special. And you've got lots of different sections to it, but it is a coarse sponge by the look of it. Let's see if I can take this off here. No, we'll take it off of here. Okay, so it is a coarse sponge, tiny little bit of sponge there. Okay, you've got an adjustment there for, oh, that's not really good. You've got an adjustment there for flow. But, you know, I don't understand why we're getting so flooded with this stuff. It's not even good quality, this one. There's some nice bits and pieces in there though. Use the human scissors, teeth. You've got some bits in there. I've got a bit of airline, which is alright if you want to aerate. You don't need to aerate. Okay, so you can put a bit of tube on that. That's not a bad idea, look. So you could actually use this to pump out water. It's not a directional nozzle, obviously, but I don't mind that. That's quite a good little feature, that is. The only other nozzle you got, unfortunately, is that, which I don't know why for some reason has got this bit on it. I suppose so you can put that, no. So you have to have either that or that. Aquarium pump. This is broken already, unfortunately, by the look of it. Which is a bit of a letdown, really, isn't it? But hey ho. We need to see how it performs, really. But so far, not happy. No.17 is the company. Superior quality. Nah, mate. Look. Not superior quality at all. There's your details. There's the name. Well, I suppose we should really get this wet and see. It's got pre-installed suckers. It's telling me how to do it as well. Oh, you can put it on the bottom as well. You can pump out water that way. Okay, well, let's get it wet. Okay, so that's it in the Roma. Let's get it better. There you go. It doesn't look too bad, does it? Obviously, I wouldn't personally put it in a Roma. I'd put it in something a lot smaller. But it does say 800 litres an hour. So you could probably put this in a, I don't know, a 125 Roma and get away with it. This is a 240, however, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's see how she performs. Okay, let's turn it on. So, 3, 2, 1. That is absolutely 100% silent. There's some bubbles coming out, but you get that with sponges anyway. Let's pull it out. You know, that's moving so much water. Look at that. Very impressed with the amount of energy that's putting out. Okay, so we do get vibration, nothing major. There's absolutely no noise from that at all. Do you know what? I would have this as a backup filter, okay? Because it's a sponge filter, okay? You could probably put media in there if you wanted to, but keep it as a sponge filter. It's 8 watt, it's not a lot. You could run that up, okay? And if you ever needed to do a water change, you could just put a piece of tube on the end of that and pump it out. 800 litres an hour. In 15 minutes, you can have a 200 litre tank empty, according to their specifics. So that's quite good. All right, well, let's do the pros and cons, because I think that's quite important. Okay, so what do we think? Do we think it's worth buying? Yeah, of course it's worth buying. Everything is worth buying. Even if it's rubbish, it's worth buying, so you find out it's rubbish. But would I keep this in my tank as a permanent filter? That's the case. Well, the point is, if it's 800 litres an hour, you can't put it in anything like a 100 litre tank. You could probably put it in a 100 litre tank, but then you'd expect more from the filter. Okay, so that amount of filter is the same in the Eheim pickup 200. Okay, this was a quarter of the price, so you've got to think of that. I like the idea that you can get a piece of tube and put it on there, and it's any kind of tube is going to fit on that, and you could pump the water out of your tank, which is a brilliant idea. It's fantastic. I don't know why a lot. Now, it does have a regulator, so you can slow it down, speed it up. So I would probably put it down a little bit and use this in a 100 litre tank. But it hasn't got a nozzle that you can move around, so you're kind of limited. You know, you might get some dead spots in the tank. Build quality was a little bit shabby. These stick together, but this is already broken, so I don't know if it's broken in transit or broken otherwise. You get some bits and pieces, but you know, I mean, look, you're going to put that in there and you're going to use, you don't need that to aerate a tank, and that's about it. That's all you get. So this is another Chinese one, I think. Yeah, by the look of it. So I'm not sure about spare parts, but then don't buy this for spare parts. If I was going to use this, I would use it in a 100 litre tank, and I wouldn't expect too much from it. I'd probably run it alongside a normal sponge filter just to give it a little bit more filtration, move the water a little bit more for gas exchange as well. And don't have it in anything with babies or shrimp. Completely useless with shrimp. This would not do at all. This would suck them in and spit them out in bits. Okay, I've got a nice interesting thing coming soon. I've kind of constructed my own filtration to see what we get, so I'll show you that in a later video. Take care, guys.